Wait a second. I thought we were doing the theme from Pink Panther today.
Is this a Nazi march?
It's the German national anthem.
Yeah, I figured.
Welcome to the Guys Review, where we're
Steven,
reviewing
when
media
did you grow that little mustache?
products, media products and experiences.
I'm more impressed with his boots.
They do have a good shine on them.
Yes, they do.
Y'all like it? I thought it'd be kind of fun to throw in there for y'all.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard this.
Yeah, I think Marcus is probably the only listener we got that can understand it.
Oh, that's funny. My name is Steven. I'm one of your three co-hosts. Together with me today we have Trey and Tucker. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
What's up?
Wow. So, yeah.
There's some good energy in the room today.
Yeah, I know, right? So, glad to be back. Glad to be here after my week and a half long trip. Y'all kind of held the fort down. I didn't have the music that I had to edit in. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go back and edit in our music and stuff like that. But
I just let it go.
yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that way. So
Hey, we did good intro music while you were gone.
yeah, the Superman theme, that was a good choice. I hadn't even tried loading that one to YouTube yet because I doubt it'll probably get flagged for something.
That's all right. Fuck it.
So
Yeah.
No press is bad press.
that's fair too. So. Well, listen. So today we're going to do Eurotrip, kind of in honor of me getting back from Europe and my little trip and everything. Which luckily less tits, but
Really?
not as yeah.
I feel like they put it like on cable over there.
You know, honestly, we
didn't watch any TV.
We didn't really watch TV. I mean, and
that's on you.
The little bit of TV we did watch, it was like streaming.
I feel like we should have done Schindler's List this week, but that's just me.
Oof, that's dark.
Apt pupil. That's a good movie.
I saw it one time, like right when it came out, and I don't remember. I remember the ending of it.
Yeah. It's like where that kid blackmails that old Nazi into fucking like goose-stepping around and marching for him.
Before we get into Eurotrip, though, let's tell a little bit about our weeks. I'll go first, Trey, then Tucker. My week has been fucking crazy. Obviously, I've been out of town. Went to Germany to visit my buddy Nick. It was a great trip. Had a lot of fun. We went to France, and we went to see a bunch of ruins and all this other stuff. One of the coolest things I have to say is there's a gate in this. So there's a town there, or a city called Trier, and it's the oldest town in Germany. It was built in like sometime during the like 100 AD or something like that, right? And it was built by the Romans, obviously. And it was actually, they called it the Rome of the North. It's the highest, it was the most populated city north of the Alps for like a long time. Like in like the 200s, it was like 80,000 people. It was a giant walled city, and so one of the gates is still there. They call it the Black Gate. Actually, they call it, oh God, I can't remember what the Latin term is. But anyways, it's really cool. There was an amphitheater there that gladiators, used to fight in and everything. So we went and did all that, and it was very, very cool. And then, like I said, we went to France for lunch one day. I mean, it was just it's really neat, like being over there. I don't know, man. It was a very cool experience. I look forward to going back and doing it again in maybe a year or so. And yeah. Hopefully next time we go, Nick's kids, I'll do better planning, and Nick's kids will be out, because it did kind of limit us as to where we could go, because his kids had to go to school, Monday through Friday. So
I've got something for us to do in like October or December.
Okay.
It is an Alice in Wonderland escape room thing. Like,
nice.
They'll do it in Columbus and Montgomery.
So okay. I do know the escape room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like $10 a person.
Yeah, I'm down. So, but other than that, my week was pretty good. It was just busy, trying to catch up and getting back in the swing of, this time zone.
Yeah.
Not being 7 hours ahead.
Yeah, like that's pretty rough when you cross an ocean.
Yeah, it was. Actually, I'll say this.
You were probably just getting used to the time over there when you had to come back.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, so here's an interesting thing also. So they don't have AC over there. Like, no place has AC.
Fuck that.
But what they do, so all their windows,
mild, though.
It is. All their windows, they have this handle on it. So like you crank the handle and lock it. You open it halfway and it'll open like a door like this. But then you crank it all the way up and the top tips out. And then outside they have these I don't even know what to call them. It's like storm shutters. but they roll them up and roll them down. Like when you,
So it deflects the air through.
yeah. And so but you can go all the way down and they will black out, or you can raise them just a little bit and there's little slits so you get a little bit of light in the room. And I don't remember. There was a certain way, like basically at night you open the shutters and you tilt open your windows and that lets the cool air in. Then in the daytime you close the shutters and you close the window and that keeps the cool air in the house. So interesting way of doing it.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, his house they have heat. They have a furnace for heat, but they just don't have AC.
That's more important, I think.
Generally, the only other thing that really happened over there was right before we left, my wife was diagnosed with the flu, and I got it when I was there. So like Saturday, day 2, I woke up with like 101 degree fever, and I had to go I went to the ER in Germany.
At least it didn't cost anything.
Oh, it cost me €100.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
Man,
it's socialized over there, but I'm not part of their socialized healthcare.
I thought it was good for everybody.
Nope. So I had to pay €100 for them to swab my throat
Just to tell you that you already knew.
Yeah. And here's the best part. Here, if you get the flu, what do?
Tell you to go home rest.
You get Theraflu and
Tamiflu.
or Tamiflu, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. And I was like, well, can I get because my wife, when she went to the doctor the Wednesday before we left, she got this pill. I forget something. It's a newish pill that's an antiviral. It's one pill. You take one pill and it knocks it out. And so I asked him. I Googled before I went to the ER. I was like, I know they have it in Germany. So when they told me you do have the flu, it's not COVID. I said, hey, can y'all prescribe me this? And he's like, no, that's for people who are really sick. You'll be fine. Go home, take some ibuprofen, and drink some fluids. I was like,
He told you that in English?
yeah, very bad English, but
Well, that's
most of them where we flew into Frankfurt, and then where he was, it was about an hour and a half away, called Ramstein. And there's an American air base there, so pretty much everyone speaks English,
on the base, yeah.
even in the community.
Town?
Yeah, in the community.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
Tourist town.
Tons of Americans.
Yeah.
So you'd walk in and they'd be like, "Hello," and then they'd speak to you in German, but you just had to say "Sprechen English," and they're like, "Oh yeah." So it was cool. It was a great experience. Look forward to doing it again. So
You didn't try goose stepping to see if that would get their attention?
no, I didn't really do that. We did go. I'll say this also. We did go to this medieval festival thing at an actual medieval castle, which was kind of cool. It was pretty cool. Then we saw this old 1930s roadster, this really cool looking old car. And Nick and I get out and I'm looking. I was like, "Is the Fuhrer here?" Or so I said it very quietly.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
they're real sensitive about that.
Yeah, they're pretty sensitive about that sort of thing. So, but yeah, that was my trip. I've got you a little something at the house, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So when you
I assume.
I didn't think you could leave herpes at home.
Yeah, but yeah, so Trey, how was your week, bud?
That's pretty good. Just busy.
I'm glad you made it this week.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's tough dealing with a baby.
No death threats?
No, that guy's on the run. He ain't gonna pop back up.
Oh, he's out?
Oh yeah, they arrested him, and then before the two courts communicated, they just let him fucking bond out.
Fucking awesome.
And then he's violating the protection order, calling his ex-wife.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's just her, not the store, so fuck him.
Has she quit yet? I thought she was about to quit.
She's still looking for a job.
She can't now. She's a single mom.
Jesus.
Got to keep power in the single wide.
All right. Anything else to add?
Probably not wrong. I don't think she lives in a trailer.
And it's probably a single wide.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. She's
Double wides are expensive.
I don't know. She's dating the landlord, so whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah,
Good for her.
fuck it.
That's pretty fast, it feels like.
I think they're about to get married.
Jesus. Is she officially divorced from that guy?
Yeah, it went through
Common
last
law.
month.
Common law.
Yeah.
It went through last month, so
Okay.
they're
She's
about
already
ready
done.
Yeah,
She's already done.
fuck it.
Nice. All right. Tucker, how was your week, bud?
Nobody gives a
Oh,
shit.
Jesus Christ.
Haven't missed that.
Ooh, scared me.
It's just a week at work, but we went to the lake. You were with us yesterday. Went to the lake, had fun.
Yeah, appreciate the invite. Fuck you.
You have a 1-year-old.
I could have left him at home. He can't swim.
You're welcome to come tomorrow.
Yeah. We may have to take both boats out if we do that.
No, we got family stuff tomorrow.
But big crawfish boil.
Mm-hmm.
We won our first game of cornhole yesterday.
And then lost the second
And
one.
then lost the second one.
Who'd you lose to?
My buddy's oldest son and his wife, I think. Yeah.
I think so.
So,
Yeah, that was a fun day. It was,
my
it was a long day.
My back was kind of hurting from carrying the team. So,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you picked someone that throws like a girl. What did you expect?
Fuck you.
that's fair. We were playing a girl. I was trying to even the odds.
If I remember correctly, we beat you in cornhole a lot.
I get paired up with like someone who's like 50.
He's pulling his shoulder muscle, just tossing it.
I'm telling you.
Well, I had an uncharacteristic game yesterday for sure, but you got us through the first one. We couldn't get through the second one.
Yeah, it was still fun though.
It was fun. It was a good day. It was an awesome day. I'm still tired from it.
Me too. Those crawfish were damn good though.
Yeah, they were.
Clear your fucking sinuses, but
Yeah,
they were
they did.
good.
Yeah, they
Nice
did.
and hot.
Yeah, had some spice to them. So.
Yeah, Chuck said he had. I think it was like voodoo spice or something that he added to them.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask.
I did. It was voodoo something, and I can't remember what it was called or what exactly it was, but it added a hell of a kick to it.
That's
Nice.
good though.
It was good. It was good. All right, y'all ready to move on?
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, I know you missed this. Fan mail. I didn't even edit that in last week. Actually, I don't have fan mail this week. No one emailed us. Boo.
No, but Marcus wants to call in though.
I know. I've sent him a message to see where he is, and he hadn't messaged me back. So I was late getting back to him, but you know, if he joins in, I can add him in.
He's probably out breaking in those new shoes.
His new clogs.
I'm telling you.
He's gonna look good in those heels.
I mean, that's a big heel. Like, is he starting to transition?
I figure he'd be sticking his finger in the dike.
He's married to a nice lady. I'm not going to say anything about her.
Did I say it was his wife?
Well, he doesn't even put his fingers in anybody else.
That's fair. Better not be. God. If you do want to send us an email, you can do so at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, or you can make fun of us in real time in our DM group called at the_guysreview on Twitter. Like the tweet at the top of the page. We'll throw you in the group. We got actually a bunch of new followers. We got like a bunch of new followers this week, but
Really?
yeah, no invites into the DM though.
What happened to Gary or Glenn or whoever the fuck that was?
Don't know.
Man,
He popped in for a little bit and then
I'm telling you. Goddamn Houdini.
can't keep him in there.
And then Al decided to exit the group,
Did he?
the Twitter group. Yeah.
What happened?
Jeff sent a not very savory meme, and I guess Al did not approve. I've not asked for him to come back, and I mean, it's not my place to, scorn anyone for.
I didn't see it, but this is a safe space where all commentary is allowed.
Pretty much. Jeff
and Marcus got into it,
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, and truthfully, I mean, Al went through this in his Twitter DM. I can't kick anyone out either. Like, I even as the moderator or whatever, I can't, all I can do is ask someone to leave. So, but that's fine. I mean,
I hate it because I do like Al. He's a piece of shit, but I like him.
I was waiting for it.
Well, and the thing is, the produce stand DM group is very active, and I'm sure he's just busy with it. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised because I figured he muted us a while ago and maybe just happened to come in and was like, no, that's just not my scene, and that's fair. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
We're an acquired taste.
yeah.
say the least.
Well, I mean, he's of a different political stance, anyways, being where he's from and everything. So, more power to him.
It's all good.
At least he just left. He didn't make a scene or anything, I guess.
Fair enough.
Of course, I don't really follow it, so he could have went out kicking and screaming. I don't know.
No.
No, it was just
Out.
Al left the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which, like I said, like you said, I hate because
yeah.
I like Al. He's a good guy.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't think that's going to hurt, any relations or anything like that.
The bad thing was I want to talk about Shorzy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you watch any of it?
I did.
Not yet.
Yeah, I did.
I binged the whole fucking thing
Yeah.
yesterday.
I still got to watch the second episode of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that. Shorzy.
Fuck you. I'm watching Obi-Wan.
All right.
They're both very good.
Watch your gay little show.
And then I'm watching, or going to watch more Yellowstone.
Another gay little show.
Have you seen it?
Dude, Yellowstone's really good.
Yellowstone's fucking awesome.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to Eurotrip. Written by Alec Berg, David Mandel, Jeff Schaefer. Directed by Jeff Schaefer, Alec Berg, and David Mandel. Both of those, the last two are uncredited. Also, by the way, I just want to say that this initial research was done by Marcus. So props to him. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it gets back to me and he can jump on here. Starring Scott Malkowitz, Jacob Pitts, Michelle Trachtenberg, Travis Wester, Kristen Kruk, and Matt Damon. It was released on February 20th, 2004 on a budget of $25 million, which is $38.3 million in 2022. Box office haul of $20.8 million, which is $31.8 million in 2022. So it did not get back its initial, budget. Ratings, IMDb gives it a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes at 47%. Metacritic at 45%. Google users. What you got?
40.
Tucker?
I remember this movie being pretty popular with the college crowd, so I'm going to go with 77.
82. Surprising.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty high. Compared
sometimes you just get like the people who go in like rate it are the ones who really like it.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. Yet again, and this is from Marcus, yet again, the request for thine awards, me Lord Tucker, the wanker second Earl of Wessex, heir of Lord Baldy, and the one-eyed snake wrestler.
I love it.
Okay. MTV Movie and TV Awards 2004 nominee for the best cameo, Matt Damon. Teen Choice Award nominee in 2004 for the movie your parents didn't want you to see.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
This was very American Pie-ish.
Yeah, that's true. First time you saw the movie?
Today.
Ever?
Today.
Wow.
Really?
Like I've seen on YouTube, I've seen the music video for that song with Matt Damon.
Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Man,
It had to be 2005 or 6. I mean, it was shortly after it hit DVD.
yeah, same here. I mean, I didn't see it in theaters, but
Yeah,
I definitely saw it.
It was steadily on rotation in college.
Oh yeah.
So I've probably seen this movie 30 or 40 times.
Watching this movie and having just been to Germany, this makes me wish I would have gone when I was that age. Because God, it would have been.
I would have died.
Probably.
Somebody would have left me in a fucking gutter, stabbed up, man. Like
Bratislava. That's funny. All right, y'all ready?
I don't know. I think I'm morally corrupt enough where I could have like thrived in Bratislava. But I'm pretty sure like in England, I would have gotten stabbed up by a soccer hooligan just talking mad shit. Yeah, Manchester United sucks. Stab, stab, pokey, poke.
See Vinnie Jones busting that bottle and sticking it in your eye.
Yeah.
You're fucking European football shit to American football. That'll get you stabbed. You should call it soccer. Fuck you, Shorzy. All right, here we go. The film opens in Hudson, Ohio. Scotty Thomas is dumped by his girlfriend, Fiona, immediately after his high school graduation. Fiona! Back at Scotty's house, he replies to an email sent to him from Mike, his German pen pal. Cooper, his best friend, warns him that he could be end up being sex trafficked when quote-unquote Mike asks to meet up. Scotty then attends a graduation party that evening with Coop where a band fronted by Matt Damon performs a song detailing his affair with Fiona called Scotty Doesn't Know. Cooper finds himself in a hot tub with a girl and convinces her to take her top off before getting caught by some jocks and getting thrown out. Scotty returns home drunk and angry and reads an email from his German pen pal expressing sympathy for Scotty and suggesting that they meet in person. Remembering Cooper's suggestion that, quote-unquote, Mike may be a sexual predator, Scotty tells Mike to stay away from him. And the next morning, a very hungover Scotty sees his younger brother, Bert, reading his email and informs him that Mika is actually a common feminine name. Realizing that he had mistaken her name and that he has feelings for Mika, Scotty tries to contact her again, but finds that Mika has blocked his email address.
Common feminine name? Common name of a girl.
Common female name.
Yeah.
Common girl's name. Not common feminine name.
Whatever. Scotty decides to travel to Europe with Cooper to find Mika and apologize in person. Did you know that was a female name?
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't know.
I did from watching the movie.
Well, yeah.
Mika, I mean, like, probably not like that spelling or whatever because I didn't take German.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, hearing it out loud, Mika makes sense, but I also understand his mistake of looking at it and thinking Mieke, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I would have known Jan being a man's name.
Yeah, I would have known that. But that's, he's looking at it through a very limited scope because he's from fucking Ohio. He's probably never been out of the country before.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, like when I was like a freshman in high school, we had down the road there was a German foreign exchange student.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Played
cool.
on the basketball team. Like I liked the guy.
Mhm.
He was pretty cool.
Is he still here?
No, he went back after a year.
Oh, okay.
So we discussed this upstairs, but that song "Scotty Doesn't Know" by the band Luster, I did look it up. It was written specifically for that song, and it was released on Luster's album in like 2006. Made it to like top 10 on the
I believe it.
Music charts, and it was an insanely popular song. And I
It was
remember
catchy.
hearing that.
It was.
I remember hearing that going to the bars and stuff when we were in college.
It was a great song. The other thing I loved from this movie, and I actually had this for a while. You know when he gets an email and his computer goes, "Mail, motherfucker! Mail, motherfucker!" I used to do that. That was my email. Like 100 years ago, we still had like AOL or whatever. You'd sign on and be like, "You've got mail, motherfucker."
I'm sure your mom loved that.
She thought it was hilarious.
I'm sure she did.
So let me ask this: did you have a passport at 18? Like when you graduated high school, did you have a passport?
It might have still been good, but like I haven't left the country since like I was like maybe 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Bahamas cruises.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't get my first passport until I was probably 25 or 6.
Yeah, same. I got mine. Well, actually, so my wedding anniversary, I just told you all off here, is tomorrow. It'll be our 13th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
She hasn't killed you yet.
I mean, she's tried. It's very slowly.
Yeah, but she's gotten weaker over time.
That's true. Yeah, she's not as fast as she used to be.
If she would just smother you with a pillow and then like lay on top of the pillow, I think she'd get away with it.
At least I'd go out happy. But no, I got my first passport 13 years ago because originally we were going to go to Mexico for this cruise, but at the time, this time of year, there were all these cruises at that time that were going to Mexico and everyone was getting like sick, and so we changed our stuff and ended up we didn't need our passports.
That's pretty different because now when you go on a cruise to Mexico, you get shot.
Yeah, I think I'd rather get sick than shot.
Maybe,
which is all the reason. all the reason we changed it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so the whole thing, they're just like, we're just going to go to Germany. We're just going to go, which is it's fun and impulsive, but chances are they didn't have their passports.
But they might have.
They may have. They could have been on a cruise or something.
I mean, you got to think like the main character, he was going to like a private college. Mm-hmm. So like I assume family had money.
I feel like
I think his dad was a doctor.
His dad's a doctor because that's what he was going to go to work with his dad that summer.
Dr. Dad.
Which the other thing that also it's like they keep talking about that, but how long was this trip supposed to take? Like I'm thinking this whole European trip maybe took a week or two. It's not the whole summer.
So the twins, Michelle Trachtenberg's character, whose name I cannot think of, Jenny. Yeah. Jenny and Jamie, they said in the movie they were going to backpack across Europe for the summer, so I'm thinking it's going to be a couple of months.
Well, their trip,
for them,
yes.
The other ones were we're supposed to be trying to just get to.
We're just trying to get to Berlin to get to the girl.
But they flew over there spur of the moment, and I'm assuming they had been gone for maybe a week. I'm thinking they were over there for three weeks, maybe a month, maybe. Because then
seems really expensive.
But then you've got Coop's boss that kept calling him on the cell phone, wanting the file or whatever, and he fakes being in the office, which that's unbelievable as fuck, but whatever.
Yeah, especially that a phone back in 2004 would work that far away, because my phone didn't work over there a week ago.
But
which is also kind of weird. I realized this, like, I guess it was during one of the train scenes. I was like, it's weird, like, watching a movie where they can't just pick up their phone and like look and know like what they're doing or where they're going.
Yeah.
They're just not connected. It's weird to think that was normal.
Well, you got to think this movie came out in 2004.
Right.
That was 4 years before the first iPhone came out.
Wow. Man.
Yeah, 2008.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're old. Congratulations.
I'll say this.
Big 4-0 this year.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Criticism.
4 months.
This whole movie could have been resolved if he just created another email address.
Yeah, but then you don't get the comedy.
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying, like, he could have done it instead of scottymail.com. If he had just gone to Gmail and sent her another email from there going, hey, sorry, I was drunk. I apologize. I didn't mean to.
I would have just said my brother fucking got on there.
I was drunk. I was drunk and stupid and didn't realize that Mika was a girl name.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Please come here and touch my penis.
Yeah. Please come here and sit on my face.
The whole the thing with Cooper when he jumps in the hot tub, he's like, "This is where I park my car.
This isn't where I park.
This isn't where. Yeah, when the guys come, this isn't where I park. I love that. I've actually used that line before. I can't remember exactly where I was. I got caught somewhere. I was like, this isn't where I parked my car.
Did anybody realize who Fiona was?
No.
Kristen Kruk. She was in Smallville.
Okay, didn't watch that.
But she was also in the NXIVM cult with...
really?
She was with the other girl from Smallville, whose name, like the blonde-headed chick, whose name I can't think of.
The actual attractive one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
she's not bad.
That Kristen Kruk was Scotty's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And like I said,
wow.
I didn't realize that was her until today.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did she get indicted in anything?
I think she got away with everything. She blamed it on what's his face?
Being brainwashed, yeah.
Yeah, being brainwashed.
The guy?
Yeah. Fuck, I can't think of her partner's name right now.
So when you were like watching
Allison Mack?
Allison Mack, I think you're right.
So when you were watching like all of them in Europe, do you think like the guy twin, he reminded me of Ben Shapiro?
Yes.
It would be like if Ben Shapiro went to fucking Europe.
Yes.
Oh my God, now that you say that, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. In November 2017, Kruk and her Smallville co-star Allison Mack were linked to a multi-level marketing organization and cult known as NXIVM, spelled NXIVM, which was founded by Keith Raniere.
It was an interesting time suck episode on that.
How do you get into like one of those? Like, it's bad enough you get put in like one of those multi-level marketing schemes, but then also a cult at the same time. Like,
hey, look, my parents did Amway for a while.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
The great God Amway.
No, they did. They never made any fucking money doing it, but they did Amway for... I mean, we went to the conventions and shit.
Oh, my God.
Hey, it was cool for me and my sister because they'd go to the conventions, we'd go to the pool and, hang out.
See other kids.
Yeah, be actual kids.
Ashley did It Works for a hot minute when we were in North Carolina. That was...
I got
just as bad.
Hang on. This, Tucker bringing up this thing about his sister made me think about something.
God.
Last week, you talked about the Outsiders episode, how you got in a lot of fights growing up. You fighting your sister does not fucking count as a rumble. Because you were homeschooled. I would just like to point that out. Thank you.
Nice. It's funny the more I think about it.
He's like, I whipped the shit out of her.
Don't touch my dino nuggets, bitch.
And then Mama Principal comes in and breaks it up.
Sends it over to Uncle's house. Thought you get away with it. He's like, I got 2 weeks without it. Fuck. Oh, God. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was actually listening to that. I think you were talking about that on the way over here. I was just finishing that episode, and you said I didn't even. Oh man, good call, good catch.
Thank you.
All right, y'all ready to
go? He's very silent too. Like, he knows I'm not wrong.
Not dignifying it with a response is not the same.
What, did you fight the other kids in the trailer park? We're going to fighting over the golf balls in the lake? Is that what happened?
We can't all be from Vestavia.
Oh, yeah. Try to deflect to me. Go ahead. That's fine. All right, here we go. Scotty and Cooper go to the airport and find flights via being couriers. They first arrive in London, where they end up in a Manchester United hooligan pub. They eventually befriend the leader, which I did not know this. I guess they mentioned his name.
Vinnie Jones.
Mad Maynard. He's never named, but I guess his name was in the credits.
Yeah,
I guess. Whatever.
So, Mad Maynard.
You know Vinnie Jones played professional football over there.
Yes, and not for Manchester United. Apparently he hates Manchester United.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
It's acting.
I'm surprised. Well, that's fair. I'm surprised he didn't ask him to change it because I know they're pretty,
I mean, yeah,
serious
could have easily like switched like Manchester City or something.
Exactly.
Like, he didn't fucking hate.
But anyways, after a night of drinking, Scotty and Cooper wake up on a bus on their way to Paris with the hooligans. In Paris, they meet up with their classmates Ginny and Jamie, fraternal twins who are touring Europe together. While in Paris, they decide to visit the Louvre, but they are met with a very long line. While waiting, Cooper gets creeped out by a street-performing robot. Scotty begins imitating him, and this leads to a robot fight, ending with Scotty kicking the robot guy in the balls.
That was pretty great.
I love that. Error.
Oh, my robot balls.
I love it. That evening, Ginny and Jamie decide to accompany Scotty and Cooper to find Mika in Berlin. The group then travels to Amsterdam, where Jamie is robbed while receiving oral sex in an alley, losing everyone's money, passports, and train tickets. Cooper, in his continuing attempt at crazy European sex, visits Club Vandersex, which turns out to be a dominatrix club run by Lucy Lawless.
Was that Lucy Lawless?
That was Lucy
Lawless.
I didn't pay enough attention, I guess.
Cooper is then sexually assaulted with a triple dildo machine.
Gas powered.
I think it was crazy. Flugen. I will say this. That was one of the weirdest things about being in Germany. Is like you're walking in stores and you walk into stuff and you don't know what you're walking into because everything's fucking German.
Did you go to a red light district?
No.
Okay.
No. Frankfurt was a real city, but like everything else that we went to was very like villagey, very small. So.
Well, I mean, I assume the villages still have hookers too.
They probably do. I didn't find any though.
That'd be interesting to look into.
We did mostly, playgrounds and, stuff like that because, I was with kids. I wouldn't mind going back, just me and just having like a guys trip, but.
I do think a guys trip would be fun, but I vote for Vegas first.
Either way. Never been to Vegas. Okay, anyways, here we go. Meanwhile, Ginny and Scotty think they're trying hash brownies, but it turns out there's no weed in them and they are not high. With their money and passports gone, they attempt to hitchhike to Berlin, but due to a language misunderstanding, they end up in Bratislava. Finding a great exchange rate with the US dollar, the group goes to a nightclub. Drunk on absinthe, Ginny and Jamie make out with each other, witnessed by Scotty and Cooper, and are horrified when they realize what they are doing. The next day, a Slovak man drives them to Berlin, where they learn from Mika's dad that Mika has left with a summer group and will be only reachable in Rome for only a short time. While Scotty is talking to Mika's dad, Cooper watches Mika's young stepbrother color a tiny mustache on himself and goose step around his apartment, much to Cooper's surprise. As they debate what to do outside the apartment, Jamie sells his Leica camera from plane tickets from Rome to find Mika.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna lie. So I adapted a Wikipedia thing, and I was reading it because whatever. And they skipped. They skipped the robot fight and they skipped the little boy goose stepping, which is two of the funniest parts in this whole movie.
Well, and they skipped what the other characters, what Scotty and Cooper did, or Scotty and Ginny and Cooper did in Amsterdam.
You're right. Yeah, I added all that too.
So, well, I mean, this is user edited content, which I mean, I like what you're doing, adding your stuff into it because I'm kind of following along on Wikipedia.
So apparently, I didn't know this. Apparently, the air carrier thing that actually used to be a thing. Like you go to the airport and be like, hey, I'll be a courier, and they'd give you like, you get super cheap tickets to all different places.
Son of a bitch, that would have been cool to know. When did they stop doing that?
About 10 or 15 years ago. Now that UPS and DHL have like their own
international stuff.
Yeah. Apparently, it's still a thing, but it's only like what I read. It's big from like California to like Tokyo. Is a big back and forth.
It's big from Colombia to the U.S. too.
I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure somebody's doing something illegal somewhere along the way.
Yeah, but you can't just go to the airport and just be like, hey, let me carry this black tar heroin for you. But
I mean, you can.
Depends on who you know.
Not going to work out too well for you. Did y'all hear that? Speaking of smuggling drugs, this is getting side note. Do y'all remember that article a few years ago where this kid he had gotten through like med school or law school or something, and he was swimming in debt, couldn't pay all his bills, goes to Colombia, and he tries to traffic cocaine back into the U.S. He met with some people, and they were going to pay off his student loans, and they made him swallow these balloons full of coke. Well, one of the balloons ruptured on the flight, and he wound up
OD'd.
He didn't die. They saved his life, but then he got charged with drug trafficking. So he did like 10 years in prison on that shit.
Jesus, that sucks.
It's funny because like a lot of women, like they'll put them in like implants and then fucking try and send them back. And like if they get caught, it happens.
Drug titties.
Yep.
What was I going to say? Oh, what? Okay, Michelle Trachtenberg. Like especially in the
V cut shirt.
I give her a 6.
You know where she got started? Well, you know where she really got started, right?
Buffy.
No, before that. She was in Harriet the Spy. She was the little girl in Harriet the Spy.
Yeah.
But yeah, her big break was probably, I would go with Buffy.
6, really?
Yeah.
Like a Hollywood 6?
Oh yeah, Hollywood 6.
I was going to say she's pretty hot.
She's in Alabama 10. Like she's like everywhere else, probably like an 8. I mean, like.
Well, at least in this movie, when she's 20. I mean, she still looks pretty good now. I googled her recently.
She's only a couple of years younger than we are.
Yeah, I think she was born in like 85.
Yeah, something like that, 85, 86.
Oh, so like 1 year younger than me.
I do though.
She could be your next ex.
I got to get rid of this one first.
That shirt that she's wearing though, like do y'all remember when girls used to wear those? Because it's like piece of fabric on the front and then just like chain, in the
tied
back,
on the back,
tied on the back.
Yeah,
so
I never hung out with those kind of girls.
Oh my god,
You see them at
dance club,
Sky Bar a lot.
I did not go to Sky Bar.
I didn't either.
I didn't go a lot, but I mean,
did I ever tell you the story about the?
I'm too pretty for Sky Bar. I'd get roofied.
Did I ever tell you the story about the?
You did not. I've still yet to hear the story.
The transsexual in Tennessee.
Nope, but I want to hear it now.
Absolutely,
it's my interest.
So, and it reminds me of this shirt. So, okay, actually, it was this year. It's 2004. So Auburn was undefeated. We went up to John. I'll say his first name. John and I went. I guess it doesn't matter who it is. John and I went up to Tennessee to see Auburn play Tennessee. So we're in Knoxville. That's where my dad lived.
That was the year they beat Tennessee twice, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we played them in the regular season. We played them in the SC championship
Right.
game. So we went up for the regular season game. And afterwards, we're going to go out and, go have drinks and everything because we're 21 years old. Or 21 going on 22 in 2004. And so John's like, hey, I know a club I want to go to. And I'm like, of course, it's a gay club, which I don't really care. Honestly, I don't know if have you ever been to a gay club?
No.
Have you, Trey?
Not that I know of, but that's not to say I haven't stumbled into one like in like New Orleans or something.
Fair enough. I used to go with him a lot, and I'm not going to lie. It's actually really easy to pick up girls in a gay bar. It was, especially being a straight guy, obviously, very easy. Now, there are some...
Really? Because I find it would be more challenging since they were more interested in like other women.
Well, they're trying to turn the gay guy straight.
Do what?
Yeah. Oh, it happens all the time.
No.
And you get the fag hags that go with the gay guys.
I mean, like the fag hags I get.
Yeah, that's. I'm not going after a lesbian.
I was going to be impressed if you could pull a lesbian.
The chicks think that they can turn a gay man straight. So Steven played the gay guy and slid in that way.
I didn't really play the gay guy, but I mean, I did have gel hair.
We know you didn't play the gay guy.
But anyways, so we're in Tennessee. We're in Knoxville. We go to this gay bar. Which
wait. Is this story where the guy turns you into a sock puppet?
No. That's not this one. That's a different story. I'll share that one later. So I'm sitting there, and like we're sitting on the edge of this bar. They had a thing there.
Sock puppet or a marionette?
Oh, I'm going sock puppet.
They had this thing there. They called it the train. You paid like $5, and if you got a plastic cup, and they just had people walking around with pitchers of beer. And if your cup got low, they just come by and fill you up. Like Jesus Christ. So, anyways, we're sitting there and we're chatting, and I see this girl, and she's dancing on the floor, and she's wearing a shirt just like Michelle Tretchman. It's like deep V cut, just a piece of fabric, and then like tied chains on the back. Right? I'm sitting there and I'm watching her. It's a club. It's dark. Lots of beer. Okay, keep in mind the beer tray. Okay. Yeah. All of a sudden, a titty pops out. Like the shirt, the V cut just popped, and a titty pops out. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, I hit John. I was like, "Dude, look," because he, even as a gay man, he likes boobs. Mm. And she laughs and covers it back up and dancing, and then the other titty pops out. I was like, "Dude, holy shit!" Like, titties are popping out everywhere. So, anyways, we just have a strategy. I don't honestly. It's been so long since we've done this. I really don't remember the ins and outs of it. Basically, he would go and start talking to the guy because, like, in a gay bar, it's
divide and conquer.
Yeah, he'd talk to the guy, and that immediately initiates a conversation on my end with her. Mm-hmm. And she, since I'm in a gay club, assumes I'm gay, and you just have lower defenses, blah blah. So I'm sitting there and talking to her, and I think it's going pretty good. And right at this point, I get John comes into like right behind me, and he gets in my ear, and he's like, "Dude, bail, bail, bail." And I was like, "What? No, dude. Like, she's telling me about when she was a stripper in Birmingham, okay?" And I was like, "Bucket list. I've never had sex with a stripper, right?"
You probably still haven't.
So he comes up, says, "Bail, bail, bail." I kind of shrug him off, and I was like, "I'm sorry about that. What were you saying?" She's like, "Yeah, I was a stripper in Birmingham, and they never knew I was a guy." And I go, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, listen, my buddy just ran off. I'm going to go find him, but you stay right here and I'll be back. So I go up and I find John, and he's upstairs. He's like, dude, oh my God, dude, that gay guy, he's got like 2 kids. Oh my God. And I was like, dude, that chick was a dude. And he's like, dude, what? It's like, yeah. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because I did not go back and find out. She could have just been like, she could have totally just thrown me off. You know, it could have been just, you know, hey, that's what I used to get rid of this guy. But yeah, so.
Well, did you see an Adam's apple?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty drunk, and I was in a club.
Speaking of transgenders, did y'all see where that Virginia Tech football player beat that murder charge?
No.
He had like a Tinder date, got sucked off like the first time. Then he goes back and like touches like the dude's dick and didn't, because he was expecting it to be a woman, and ended up beating him to death.
Holy shit.
Ooh. Yep. And he just got acquitted.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yep.
Ew. Okay. So anyways, yeah.
So yeah, you didn't get a murder charge. So
I didn't get a murder. Yeah, I think I handled it pretty well.
Yeah.
I didn't get a blowjob either. Here's the worst part about that whole thing.
But you probably could have, though.
I probably could have. Here's the worst part. So we're leaving that night, and we're walking out the door, and literally, like, as we're leaving the club, John starts talking to this dude who turns out to be a Tennessee cheerleader. So I was like, yo, he can come, but, like, he needs to bring someone else. Well, dude ends up showing up where we were staying, didn't bring anyone else, and then John fucked the shit out of him, so, yeah.
Was you in the bed next to him?
No, separate rooms.
Was it though? Or
Yeah.
was it like 2 queen size beds in the same room?
2 queen size beds.
Let's be honest.
Steven can feel the mist.
Yeah, he was a squirter.
I mean, the smell of sex is just a little different when that's happening.
I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't you though?
No, I really
I
wouldn't.
feel like you have firsthand accounts.
Nope. Not of that. Not of that.
I don't know why you're ashamed to it. I mean, like, this would make you much more lovable to some of the listeners.
Why? If I was in the room,
because you're open-minded like that.
I don't care. I've watched enough people have sex. I don't need to watch that. He's my best friend too. That'd be weird. Like, that would be weird. I don't care about watching them have sex, but I don't know. It was my buddy. So, plus I was kind of pissed that he just showed up without a girl. I mean, come on, a cheerleader. Come on, man. You could have pulled someone. And he pulled that guy on the way out of the club. Like, that is.
But here's the thing though. Like, if he invited like the cheerleader friend, like he'd have to like set that and be like, all right, I'm going to go hook up with this guy. You have to like hang out with like his like straight, you know, less attractive friend.
It's not true. That's not. I'll take it.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. I can't tell you how many times girls have hit on John, and he was like, "Honey, yeah,
not me, but him.
You can go with him." I will take those leftovers. I am not that, you know, high and mighty. Whatever. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Back to it.
All right. So, when they're in Bratislava in that little club, has anybody ever drank absinthe? Like,
no, but I want to.
Yes, but I don't know if it's like real absinthe.
So they started taking. I think it was.
It doesn't glow like
wormwood.
That. Yes,
I think it's called wormwood.
It is. It's wormwood.
But it is kind of cool because when you pour it, there's a special way you have to pour it, and I can't remember what it is. Cause I've had
over a sugar cube.
It's like sugar and ice or something. And it changes the color.
Yep.
And it is fucking disgusting. Just to be dead honest with you, it's not good.
It's never had it. It's licorice.
But the stuff they import to the U.S., it has the wormwood, the hallucinogen taken out of it, so it's not nearly as fun.
No.
Yeah. See, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak it back in my bags.
I don't even know if they still do it over in
Europe. You know they do. Somebody.
Yeah.
That is it for somebody. Everybody's got their own little thing. Like somebody's like hooked on absinthe.
I just can't. Trey, I don't know if you could do it, man. I think you'd throw up.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
It's terrible.
I got you, but I've eaten mushrooms. I mean, like.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like shit. I mean, like you just got to chase it with something that tastes better.
So one of the things that I liked about that absinthe scene, yes, it shows them glowing that neon green light.
Yeah.
And you know how they do that? They shine a light to the bottom and it lights it up. But the glasses, when they poured that in the glasses, that was just cool to me.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't see where the light source was coming from.
I think that one,
like that, but that was a really cool little effect.
I think that was honestly. I think what they probably did is just got glow sticks and just cut the tops off.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because you don't actually see them drinking the glowing part.
Oh, that's true. You don't.
So they just pour it into it and it's glowing, but it does not actually glow green in real life.
No, it's It is green. It actually looks like that, almost like that mellow yellow bottle.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I feel like we might have had the real thing because I think one of my friend's moms who's British like went back and brought some or something like that maybe to us. But I don't know. So I question this. You used to be a photographer. You know this.
Yeah.
What about Leica cameras?
They're very expensive, and that was not bullshit about that camera.
So I Googled a Leica M6 on eBay was for sale for $2,772.
Yeah, and his was an M7.
Oh, okay.
Now they're probably around $2,000.
Wow.
When they came out, they were closer to 10, like
Christ.
8.
Why?
They're just super expensive, super high end cameras.
I'd never, truthfully, I'd never even heard of them until this movie. Did you know what they are?
A what?
A Leica?
A Leica, a camera.
Wouldn't have given a shit.
I mean, I like my little Canon Rebel EOS. does it just fine. Of course, I just use my phone now. I also didn't know this. Bratislava, did you know that? I didn't know this until recently, like fairly recently. It is an actual country.
Bratislava?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a country.
It's a city.
It's a city in Slovakia.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. It's an actual place.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was unaware.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's got it's like 400,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, but
it's a very nice city. It's not. It doesn't look anything like.
It's Eastern European though. It's like.
It doesn't look like it does in the film.
No. I mean,
it's like very pedestrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's going to be parts of it that are going to be. We watched the.
It's not like Eastern Bloc looking though, like it is in the movie.
We watched the documentaries on the Ukraine girls, and you saw some of the places they live. It was Soviet style housing.
Yeah.
And I think you would see some of that there.
I agree.
May not be terrible and everything,
but it's just Eastern European. Like the people are gonna look like they got like an extra chromosome. They're gonna have like a unibrow, like
lots of tracksuits.
I think there's gonna be like lots of like cigarette smoking,
lots of Adidas
tracksuits.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like Adibas.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
So the
people bathing outside.
In the river, yeah. I mean, like.
So I know
that bit at the end with the girls just squatting and just.
God, I know. In some places in Europe, they get stuff later than we do. Music, movies, TV shows.
Yeah, Miami Vice,
#1 new show. So, but yeah,
stop. Hammer time.
Miami Vice ran from late '80s to early '90s. So we'll say '93 was when it stopped.
Sure.
I think that's being generous, but I don't know.
I think it was probably about '93 because I remember watching.
I bet you did. I bet you
I
fucking wanted to be one of them.
Oh fuck yeah!
He still wants to be Don Johnson.
I still don't give a shit about him.
Who didn't want to be Sonny Crockett?
I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, on the boat when we were going back to the dock with the sun setting and going along the water. I just hear the like the guitar theme from Miami Vice.
All right, so 84 to 89.
84 to 89. Okay.
All 80s all the time.
Well, they were wearing pastel.
Yeah,
suits with the rolled up shoes,
rolled up sleeves, jacket sleeves. God, love that show. You missed out again. What?
Here it is.
Yeah, I don't think I missed anything.
I love how synthetic it is. Just all synth. There's no real instruments needed in the making of this theme song.
It was all keyboards.
It's all keyboard and synth. It's got the electronic drums, like the Flock of Seagulls guys.
That was a great show though, when it was on, or when it was in its heyday.
But yeah, the whole Bratislava. See, I read today that the guy who plays the what's it called? The room service guy.
Yeah.
That he flips the nickel to.
Yeah.
Apparently he is over there, like in Prague or whatever. He is like a very highly respected actor. He's like, what do they call it? They said that he's like the like De Niro.
A nickel.
Yeah.
I quit and opened my own hotel.
He didn't want to slap. He didn't want to backhand the guy. And he didn't they had to explain to him why you have to backhand this guy. How from what I read, he tried to explain quote unquote pimp culture to him, and that a backhand slap is a pimp slap, and it's like the most demeaning, degrading type of slap.
So what So when they go to Bratislava, they have what, like $2 ish?
$1.87 or
yeah,
something.
$1.87.
Yeah, $2.
Yeah.
It's not even $2.
I've been to some poor places. I mean, I have. I've been to some places in Mexico, to Honduras, some of the Bahamas.
How much is a hand job in Honduras?
Where $5 gets you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it will. You go outside of the Port Authority where it's out in the actual city,
mm-hmm.
and $5-10 U.S. money is a lot of money down there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going to a place where you live like a fucking king on $2.
That'd be awesome. Hell, if I could do it, I would. That'd be awesome. Even if it is in Eastern Europe.
I mean, I would like to go to Moldova if you want to do it.
I'm down. We'll get your dive license, Tucker. All right. Anybody got anything else to add about going to Rome or anything like that?
What about the part where Jamie gets robbed while he's getting a blowjob?
I mean, hey, good for him. I guess that's part of an unbelievable part of this movie. Is like, was the EU a thing in 2004?
I mean,
maybe
to some degree.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So now, as it stands now, like when we were in Germany, we drove to France, and there's no border. I mean, you cross the border, obviously, but there's no like we'd have to stop and take out our passports and it's not like, going from the U.S. to Canada or U.S. to Mexico where you get to stop and show your thing, right? And that's all EU countries are like that. It's open borders. That's part of the thing, right? But I'm thinking when this was made, are you Googling that for me?
Yeah, I'm looking.
So when this was made, especially when they flew from Germany, from Berlin to Rome, they would have to have their passports. And if they got stolen or whatever, there's no way this would have happened.
So it looks like the European Union was formed in maybe 99. Hold on.
Okay, so it might have been part.
Full force in 2002. Yeah, it looks like it's got to be late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, well, maybe they did. But still, flying though.
Wait. The Union and EU citizenship were established when a word I can't pronounce, treaty came into force in 1993.
Wow.
So 93.
Wow. Okay. Well, still flying though, I think is a different scenario. You'd have to go through customs.
Yeah.
Going Germany to Rome. Not if they would have driven or maybe even taken a train, they probably could have done without passports. But flying, you have to have a passport.
Yeah. So now, even in the U.S., you can. I think if you drive across the border in Canada, they may have changed that.
Yeah, there's a border stop.
Yeah, but used to you could show your driver's license and you were fine if it was just for the day, and I think that actually got changed a few years ago. But in the U.S., you can get a passport, like a real actual passport book or a passport card. Mm-hmm. I think the passport book is the one you have to fly.
Yeah,
but the passport card you can use for like driving or going on a cruise or something like that.
Makes sense. We got the books.
Yeah,
even Abby's got a book.
It's like $10 more to get the books, so we said fuck it.
Okay, here we go. In Rome, the group heads to Vatican City, where Mika is touring before her summer at sea. Inside the Vatican, Scotty and Cooper search for Mika and accidentally ring the bell that signals that the Pope has died. They then unknowingly enter the Pope's apartment, and after some fooling around and accidentally dressing up as the Pope, and then also accidentally setting a papal hat on fire, indicating that a new Pope has been elected, Scotty appears on the papal balcony, and everyone assumes he's the new Pope. He spots Mika in the cheering crowd below, and all this happens while the current Pope is watching it on TV. The Swiss guards realize what is going on and detain Scotty and Cooper for their actions. However, the Manchester United football hooligans from London suddenly appear at the Vatican and telling the guards to release Scotty and Cooper. Scotty finally introduces himself.
I fucking eye ties.
But they're Swiss.
Them too.
Scotty finally introduces himself to Mika and confesses his love. Mika is happy to see him, and they have sex in a confessional booth before she leaves on her trip. On the flight back to Ohio, Ginny and Cooper give in to their urges and have sex in the plane's lavatory, while Jamie stays in Europe after being hired by Arthur Fromer.
Who's actually a real person, by the way.
Who is a real person, yes. So, I mean, a lot of things we could address here about...
Would have been great if they got him to actually show up as a cameo.
I know, right? Especially if they're, jerking off his book so much.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they get to play Arthur Fromer in the movie?
I don't know, but back then, he
looked familiar.
Like Fromers were like the travel guide books that you'd buy.
Yeah. I just don't think there's any way. The whole Vatican thing. There's no way he would have gotten into the Vatican without like a, you know, you got to have like a badge or something that says I'm a tour guide.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. Well, I mean, maybe this is 2004, so maybe you could have bullshit your way past it, but I doubt it.
Nah, like because like the papal guard, you know, they're worried about like the Pope getting assassinated and shit.
Yeah, but the Pope wasn't there, which you see that because you see him.
You see him on TV.
What
the hell? He wasn't in his room. Yeah.
Yeah. Which also, you know, you'd think that the access to the Pope's apartment would be a little bit more
restricted.
Yeah. And especially, I think it's a little dark that they've got the bell to indicate he died, like, right next to his front door. Like, every time you got to walk by, like, one of these days, they're going to ring this for me.
Yeah. But, so out of this whole scene, the restricted access to the Pope's apartment, yeah, that's pretty bad. But there's no way in hell those Swiss guards are going to let them go because the soccer hooligan said to after that shit.
Yeah.
You have just created an international incident. You are going to prison.
Especially wearing the Pope's robes or the hat and all that stuff.
You are fucking going to prison. End of story, full stop. You're not going back to the U.S. for a while. Mika's not going to be fucking you in a confessional.
So, did y'all watch the alternate ending or the original ending?
I watched the unrated version, so whatever that one.
That's only like 2 minutes longer than the actual.
So there's an alternate ending which apparently was the original ending how the directors wanted it, which kind of plays into at the very end of the movie when the green fairy flies in. Well, I guess we can. Well, hold on, we'll get to that in a second. There was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. Oh. I'm kind of surprised this movie hadn't caught more flack recently with them using, you know, the R word.
Nah.
I mean, it's a thing now.
I know, but like, nobody gives a shit. Like, this movie was not
a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I love this movie.
People have to fake indignation over things, or you know,
that's fair.
People, they don't get respected.
Maybe no one's watched it recently to get offended by it.
No,
that's what I'm thinking. I bet it's not going to play on TV.
You can. No, it was on HBO not too long ago.
Okay. Really?
Like non-cable. It won't be on like TNT anytime soon.
They'll have to edit some stuff out.
To edit out a lot of titties.
But and a lot of dicks.
And a lot of dicks. That's fair. I didn't even mention. We didn't even go about the nude beach.
Yeah.
Was that in France? No,
yes, I think so.
Yeah. Was it France?
Yeah, poissons. Yeah, fish, ermine.
Michelle Trachtenberg in her bikini. Yeah. Anytime.
Solid 6.
I'll give her a solid 6
centimeters.
Whatever.
I'm gonna give it to her twice.
All right, here we go. Last little bit. Back in the U.S., Scotty moves to Oberlin College and in the fall term for his studies. During his phone conversation with Cooper, who is now dating Jenny, Cooper asks what Scotty's new roommate is like. A knock on the door of his dorm room, and Scotty opens the door to find Mika standing there, having been assigned to the same room because of another misunderstanding about her name. Scotty and Mika embrace and get in bed together, with Cooper calling for Scotty at the other end of the still open phone call, and the film closing with the green absinthe fairy wondering about his own lack of a sex life. The end. Oh, and then I say the end. Then they do some bloopers and outtakes and stuff like that. But so what I was going to say earlier, as far as the original ending to the film, the green fairy comes in and he's like, "What is this happy ending bullshit? When does the fairy get laid? Ding ding, the end." So the original ending you can find online is when they're at the Vatican and he confesses his love and it cuts to her. Instead of it cutting to them having sex in confessional, she declines him, and it cuts to they're in like a cafe somewhere talking, and she's like, "I just don't know you that well. I'm going to do this thing, but here's my new email address. Keep writing me." Mm-hmm. So maybe it does end the same way, like the with her showing up at his college, but like that little portion, like they don't have sex in the original.
I actually think I've seen that now that you mentioned that. That's ringing a bell that I think I've seen it on YouTube or something back in the day.
Yeah, and you can watch it on YouTube. It's easy to find. I watched it today. But to be honest with you, I kind of like it. I think so. They're saying that the fairy is referencing like the happy ending bullshit. Like maybe the filmmakers weren't happy that they made them.
They had to give it a happy ending.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, here's the thing: if they changed that, if they didn't have sex in the confessional to she just turned him down, but he did keep emailing, and they just kind of built the relationship, and then she showed up at the end.
Yeah, but
but she wouldn't have shown up for like freshman year, like because it was the summer, like so like 3 more months she's going to decide, hey, I'm going to go to college in America at this private school.
But the way they frame it up at the beginning of the movie is they'd been writing for months,
at least months,
yeah,
if not longer. Who knows? So it's, I mean, you never know. Here's
I do remember when this movie came out, the Catholic Church was actually pissed.
Yeah,
because of the whole
papal
sex and the papal scene and the sex in the confessional booth.
Oh, really?
I mean that's hugely sacrilegious.
Yeah.
And Catholics they get uptight about that.
Yeah, imagine that. You would think though, when Mika's filling out her forms, especially for a dorm, that she would have to check a female box somewhere.
Yeah, you could leave it blank.
Yeah.
Now you can.
Think you could back then too.
That's interesting. Okay.
I mean, you could just accidentally forget to mark it, and they'll just assume based on your name.
It's fair enough. All right. I'll take it. All right. Moving on. Well, let's do the top 5 trivia of the movie. We'll do the triple Lindy, and then we'll do our review and rating. Sound good? Good. Top 5 trivia. They had a lot of trouble casting Scotty, apparently. According to the director, it had gotten to the point, literally, we were looking at going to restaurants, staring at our waiters, said Mandel of The Search for Scotty. Luckily, Malkowitz, a UCLA student at the time, rode in on a white horse to save them from further stress over casting the all-important part. Meanwhile, Trachtenberg credited her physical comedy in her audition, which was the airplane scene where Jenny climbs over Cooper on her way to the bathroom to getting her the job offer from the producers. Quote, and I blew them, deadpan Trachtenberg, who got several laughs from the crowd for her natural Eurotrip style humor. Above all, the producers said they wanted to cast real teenagers in the role. They don't want 35-year-olds playing high school kids. Number 2, despite all the political incorrectness of the film, there was a scene that was too much for the studio, referred to the producers as the Anne Frank sex scene. In the scene, never filmed but available in script form on the DVD, they claim that Cooper finds a flyer for a sex club called The Secret Room and accidentally misidentifies the house of Anne Frank as the club. He asks somebody, is this the secret room? And they go, yes, it will change your life. Encountering a big line outside, Cooper assumes he has found the correct place, but instead of waiting, he goes through a back door. Once he discovers a small room with a small bed, he decides to get naked and wait for the sex worker. But soon after, finds himself exposed in front of a tour group. To make matters worse, Anne Frank's only living relatives was a part of the tour group. And if that wasn't enough to horrify the studio, the scene also had Cooper reaching for a small mannequin. Thank you, mannequin. What the fuck?
I don't know, mannequin.
Mannequin. I know that word. I guess I was just catching the cue. One guess as to whom it was modeled after and covering up his private parts with it, resulting in an unintendedly sexually explicit visual for the tour group. And the producers wrote the Club Vandersex scene to replace that one instead.
Probably a good choice.
I think that's a good call.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be more famous if they did that.
You know what that reminds me of? You talking about that? The Burt Kreischer thing where he mistakes.
Yes.
Flying dildos.
Flying
dildos.
All right, the original title was Ugly Americans, but the studio did not want to make a movie with ugly in the title or a sarcastic or ironic title. We had a knockdown, drag-out fight with them, said Schaefer, which is like having a fight with your parents when you're 4 because they can call it whatever they want. The nude beach scene originally had much less nudity in it, but once they started filming, they realized that it took away from the comedy to have all the extras holding surfboards and other objects, Austin Powers style, to cover the private parts. We thought, wouldn't it be funnier if it was just wall-to-wall penises, said Mandel. And the extras likely didn't mind the change. According to Trachtenberg, there was a lack of shyness between takes, making for an awkward craft service environment. I'm just trying to imagine one of the younger ones like trying to hit on her or something, like just butt-ass naked.
I can see it.
And apparently it was cold when they filmed that scene,
I'd put my foot up on a chair and be like, how you doing, baby?
How you doing? All right, Matt Damon's cameo as the band leader, or the guy who steals Scotty's girlfriend, played by Kristen Kruk, came together because the producers knew him from their days at Harvard, and he was in Prague. In fact, many parts, including Jeffrey Tambor's, the dad, were filmed because the actors were already shooting in Prague where Eurotrip was filmed. No one wanted to fly over. We didn't have the money to fly anyone over, recalled Schaefer. So we basically looked around and said, who's filming in Prague? Luckily, Damon was in town shooting The Brothers Grimm. Not so lucky was that he was only available, the only night he was available was the shortest night of the summer. We literally had from 10:45 at night and the sun would come up at 3:45 a.m. Remember Sheffer? So we shot in like 4.5 hours, and a little tidbit from the song, the Scotty Doesn't Know song that Matt Damon, whatever. On Spotify, it has 124,762,320 downloads, and on YouTube, it's got almost 20 million downloads or 20 million views on YouTube.
Yeah,
there you go. Top 5 trivia. All right, next we'll move into the Triple Lindy, and then we'll do ratings and reviews.
The Triple Lindy. Triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
It's impossible.
Impossible. All right, Triple Lindy. I guess I'll go first.
Oh shit, I want to go first.
All right,
go for
first.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go on naming a new pope in a matter of minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Well, plus if you burn like a shirt or a hat, I don't think the smoke's white.
It's going to be white.
It's not going to be white
It's
smoke.
going to be black smoke. So.
Yeah, I think there has to be, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't there have to be some sort of accelerant for it to burn white? Or for white smoke?
Well, I mean, like, working at the fireworks stand, like, you can get, like, the white, like, little smoke balls or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do different colors.
Yeah.
But that's an accelerant, though, right?
But you're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, don't fucking hold firecrackers when you light them.
No shit.
Well,
All right, my Triple Lindy, it's going to go to the thing I kind of pointed out at the very beginning. This whole movie could have been avoided if he'd have just made another email address.
I like how we glanced over, like, the whole fucking, like, train rape scene.
Yeah, we did gloss over
That's
that.
true.
Fred
Oh,
Armisen's,
Miss
like,
Scoozy.
yeah.
Sorry, you're absolutely right. I totally forgot about that. That was one of the best parts too. Because even to this day I still say, "Oh, Miss Scoozy."
Miss Scoozy.
Yeah, after the first time, like, not cool. You wouldn't be in that train car making it to a fucking tunnel.
Wait, are you talking about like when he goes through and he comes out with his hand on your knee?
Yeah, like that would have been the last of it.
Oh, Miss Scoozy. All right, Tucker, what's your Triple Lindy?
Creating an international incident and not having any sort of consequences for it.
Going with the Pope scene, eh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Pope scene it is. All right, great. Triple Lindy, there you go. All right, finally, ratings and reviews. So I guess, again, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first.
All right, cool. Man, I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. It's off color and it is now today offensive, but I mean, God, it just takes me back to that time and just being that young and having the freedom to do those sorts of things. And now, again, having been over there, just makes me want to go back, and it makes me wish I could do it when I was younger. I almost did you ever think about doing study abroad when you were in school?
I had a chance in college to go study in South Korea, and like the professor, like I was really, really close to, said, 30% of the food you'll like, 30% you can stomach it, and then like the last like 40 you just wouldn't fucking touch.
So Trey would have come back 150 pounds and been emaciated?
Yep. So I didn't go. I didn't even try.
See, I almost went on a Spanish study abroad, and I didn't because I was honestly afraid of leaving my girlfriend at the time, and I regret that now because I think it just would have been an incredible experience.
I had a fraternity brother who went and did it.
Was this Sarah?
No,
Like
No, the other one.
yeah,
I had a fraternity brother. Like dad was super, super wealthy. Like richest person I personally know. Yeah, he went to the Czech Republic, stayed in Prague for the summer,
that'd be awesome.
and like
Had some good stories.
like the nightclub stuff. Like it's exactly how it is, man.
I'll tell you all another story off this that I can't repeat. Not about me. I'd like to point out.
Yeah, sure.
So what's your rating?
Oh yeah.
Why
Sorry.
are you winking and nodding?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Fucking hell.
But no, yeah. So I think this movie's great. I think it's funny. It's easy to turn on, just leave on, and you don't have to think about it much. I'm gonna give it 2 beers.
All right, Trey?
I have no personal connection to this movie. Like short of like a couple like great cameos, like a couple like kind of funny like situations or one-liners. Like I mean, like it doesn't really blow my skirt up. I'm gonna give it 4 beers, only because I don't have that connection. Like I don't think it was like super super special in any other way.
It's fair.
So here's my thing. I remember that I have fond memories of this movie from college, and
Fuzzy memories.
fuzzy memories. And with that being said, I remember laughing my ass off. It's very politically incorrect.
Yep.
It's along the vein of like Varsity Blues and American Pie, because they all started coming out right in that time frame of those raunchy comedies. watching it now, fucking 15 years later, it has lost a little bit of its, I guess, sheen. Just being a little older, a little more mature. That being said, it's still funny and it's still great, but what would have, for me, probably would have been like a half a beer movie back in college. I think this is middle of the road at 2.5 beers. I think it is average. It's nothing special. It's good for some laughs, but it's not one that I could go back and watch over and over and over again like I did back in college.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. All right. What you got for us? Matt.
Well, if you add the scores up and divide by 3, it comes out to 2.83 repeating.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, that's right where it probably belongs, in all honesty.
Depending on what Chris might give it. All righty, 2.83.
Well, I don't think Chris is going to have the nostalgia to it because he's way the hell older than all of us. So
I feel like he probably has seen this movie.
He's probably seen it, but I don't think he's attached to it in any sort of way, and it's not going to like remind him of college.
Yeah, it does remind me of college.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of college.
For sure. All right. What's the rotation? Where are we at?
It was supposed to be Chris's turn, but you hijacked it to do Eurotrip, so I guess it's my turn.
It's fun.
Any thoughts on what you want to do next week?
Midnight Meat Train.
I got a couple of ideas. Let me think on it, and
Okay.
I'll text it out either tonight or tomorrow.
Sure, that's fine. Okay. Awesome. Well, you could find it, huh?
How many episodes have you made through Shorzy?
All of them.
You did?
Yeah, I binged the whole thing
Yeah.
yesterday.
Like, was that not right, though? Like, the first one's a little slow, but then
It does. It goes.
It gains some steam.
It's good. I need to watch it again, though. It's not, because you can't watch it expecting Letterkenny.
No, and that's why I think I like this more.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not as funny as Letterkenny, though.
I don't think it's
But it's not
meant
supposed to be.
the same.
I mean, I like that it's got a little more emotional depth to it, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's weird, though, like, Shorzy having emotional depth. Because, like...
Screw you, tit fucker.
I mean...
Yeah, him crying. So
exactly. Or, like, when he grabs the guy's hand to hold his hand. Like, it's... I mean, he still chirps, and he's like, give your balls a tuck, tit fucker. But, I mean, it's just... I don't know. It's weird. It's good, though. It's good. Definitely you need to watch it after you watch Obi-Wan. Okay, you can find us on the web at theguysreview.simplecast.com. You can email us anything, and I will read it poorly, at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at @the_guysreview. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. Please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcasts from. Missed you guys. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right. Anybody got anything else to add? Hopefully Chris will be here next week.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum.
I've got music we could play.
This is better.
Yeah.
Da-dum.
All right. Well, on behalf of Chris, who's not here, Trey and Tucker, this is Steven, and this has been another episode of The Guys Review. Thank you.